Let's go.
All right, we're live. Guys, welcome to our Thursday AMA. Today is actually going to be one of our kickback AMAs. So, I don't have any announcements today. I don't have any updates today. We're saving all that for next week. We have a pretty eventful week coming up next week with a couple of announcements, and also we're going to be doing the giveaways and stuff for the Burnathon, which was a pretty successful Burnathon. We did manage to do a lot of burns and bring a lot of volume to burn itself. I think burn is up like 80% in the month. Just in combination of the market doing good and the burnathon and people bringing some interest to the project. So all in all, we killed it as far as the burnathon goes. I think it was pretty successful. Uh, and yeah, if you guys were paying attention to the chat yesterday, you might have seen that we burned a few 100 million burn tokens out of nowhere, and some people had some questions as to what that was. So for a moment, buys and sells on burn for like about like 30 minutes to an hour were pretty much not working. Something broke on the contract, which we fixed very quickly. But in order to do that, there's a swap and liquefy function, which pretty much sends the taxes, right? So it'll accumulate a whole bunch of tokens, like hundreds of millions of tokens, and then once it hits a certain threshold, it'll send it out to the burn wallet, the marketing wallet, the liquidity pool, whatever, right? So it'll do all that disbursement. So when we had a little issue and that thing broke and we had to fix it, we had to call a function that actually like kind of like saves those tokens, right? So it withdrew it instead of us actually like kind of like sending it to the burn wallet or the that wherever the taxes were supposed to send it, just burn wallet, liquidity pool, marketing wallet, blah blah blah, you name it. We decided to just burn all of it. So that was next to another couple 100 million tokens combined, pretty much that got burned, which is really really bullish. Considering right now burn is at a relatively low market cap as to what we want it to be, when it reaches its full potential, which who knows what what we're talking about as far as full potential goes. But I think as far as the market and the way that things are going, we're going to start seeing a uh, bunch of people coming back into DeFi, and I'm just so happy about the fact that we're a established not a project, but an established community now at this point, that the track record and everything else that comes with it is going to be very, very important moving forward. Because when you're new, people are just kind of like gambling, on your success, whether they think that, you guys will be around for a month or a week or a year or whatever. But, now that we're, you know, over a year old and we're going strong and we're bringing new things to the table, it's going to be very appealing to new investors that are coming into DeFi. And we know how the bull market is, right? The bull market is a beast in its own. You saw it in the last bull market. Everybody was just FOMOing in, trying to get into whatever projects they can get into. And then in the bear market, everybody is just quiet and fudding and blah blah blah. But hopefully, we are seeing some signs of a market. I don't want to say recovery, but a market push. And there are some analysts that are saying it's a bull trap. Some analysts are saying it's a bear trap. Some analysts are saying it's the bull market. Some are saying the opposite. But whatever. I'm not saying anything. I'm along for the ride, just like everybody else. I'm not an analyst, nor do I want to be. Um, but it is all just bullish in my opinion, and in my eyes, I think this is just going to be a snowball effect, man. And we finally saw the entire market kind of move into a right direction, and we hadn't seen that in months and months and months. So hopefully, this is the start of something good. And the timing can't be any better with all the new stuff that we have coming out. Um, I think in combination with the bull market, it'll kind of have like a much better effect. We were prepared to release all this stuff, whether it was a bear market or a bull market. So it, you know, being better and greener, it just makes everything so much better, in my opinion. All in all, like I said, we can just have a back and forth today. I don't have any announcements that I want to make today. But if anybody has like any types of questions or anything like that, let's shoot away. If you guys just want to have like a cool on conversation about anything else, I'm open to that as well. Um, I think we do still have like a shill wheel today, right, Roof, for the shill army. We still do that on Mondays, or did we change that?
Um, yeah, we have that on Mondays, but not today. Oh, I mean, we have that on Mondays, not on Thursdays.
We have that. Oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
on Mondays. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's not today. All right,
Oh.
yeah. How how has the shill army been doing? Actually, since I've been gone, I haven't really been checking up, but let's see. I know we got our Twitter verified while I was
So,
gone, which was pretty crazy. Let me pull that up real quick.
so Peter was asking me the other day, he's like, in the Shill army, he's seen it seems a bit slow. But what's happened is everything's changed now. Now it's gone to screenshots. So I've taken it from when they say done means that's optional,
Yeah,
but they have to send now 400 screenshots every week to prove that they've gone and done YouTube videos, Twitter, and all of these. And we've got another Telegram set up for that. I'll add you to that, and you can see. Um,
yeah.
so the shilling is doing really good. It's doing really good. You know, um, our shillers have gone up in numbers. I've taken some of the shillers out that were a bit. Um,
Yeah, it looks like our hashtags are working at like normal again,
yeah.
or at least better than they were before. It's still like I feel like it's still a little limited as to
Mm,
what Twitter is showing, but it is showing me more than it was before we started having issues. So I think
yeah.
getting verified had a lot to do with that. So
100%. The gold tick that you got, you can see now the Twitter the members are going up now, right? Before
right.
it was going down before.
Yeah, no, it was super important to get the verification, that's for
Yeah,
sure. It
100%.
looks like our Twitter profile picture needs to be updated. It looks like it's not a transparent background, so we'll fix that.
Yeah.
Unless that's how our
Nah.
social media guy wants it to be.
Yeah. I mean, if he makes it transparent, then the token will look bigger. It'll fill the screen, the display.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to update that for sure.
Yeah. But everything's, I mean, shilling wise.
Pretty nice surprise though, man.
What's that?
Go ahead. No, just like the market just going haywire in the past 2 days. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Especially just like out of nowhere on a what Wednesday afternoon, it just started going crazy. I mean that's how it usually is, right? You just least expect it and it does things. So
Yeah. That's why I don't go with any analysts. I just buy whenever I can, and that's it. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
the opinions are in every direction, right? Some saying it's gonna be a bull, like you just said. You got different opinions. Which one are you gonna go with?
yeah, exactly. Think about it, man. Think about this. It's like, what is an analyst's job anyway, right? So, and
Mm, mm,
I've been on a website before where the website like kind of tracks the success rate of the analysts, right? So it'll be
mm.
like, well, it'll be like tracking Jim Cramer, for example. It'll be like, all right, Jim Cramer is right 20% of the time, wrong 80% of the time.
Right.
So it's like these guys get licensed just to be able to give those advices, but all they're doing is they're taking guesses as to like not just guesses, they're kind of taking like educational guesses because if
Yeah.
they try to give a opinion on like Tesla stock, they base it on news or whatever that they're hearing, or the company's financial reports and whatnot. But at the end of the day, they're getting paid. They're getting paid to give these opinions. So don't get caught up, guys. Don't get caught up in what other people have to say. Always make your own decisions. If I were to listen to to Jim Cramer or any other analyst every time they made a call out, I'd be broke by now.
Exactly.
Man, but that I mean, it's still good. Like, right? You know, they have a lot of influence and they have a lot of leverage on the markets in a way. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's important that their roles are there, but they're haters against crypto right now, man. I mean, these market analysts, they know that crypto is kind of like the biggest competitor to the stock market because there really isn't any, like, forex is not going to compete with the stock market. By the way, I do want to start learning more about forex. I don't know if any of you guys actually mess around with forex at all, but I've actually found that there's some opportunities to make a lot of money in that. So I'm gonna be looking into forex and seeing if I can dabble a little bit of money in there and see if I can make some money in forex. So if anybody knows anything about that, feel free to share some info with me. But yeah, man, I'm happy with the way the market's going. I see Top Secret's in here too. What's up, Top? How you been, bro?
What's up, guys? What's going on?
What's up, brother? Chilling, man. Chilling. Just
Just
having a quick AMA, brother.
same thing, man. Just waiting for this market to go back up. So we can do.
Slowly but surely, bro. Slowly but surely, doing its thing, man. Doing its thing.
I was trying to. The reason why I'm in it has been trying to get in touch with Alex, but you know how season 3 is coming on board very soon.
Yep.
If people still have their staking in season 2, can we leave it in there for as long as we want, or do they
Yeah.
do that to go at the same time? Okay.
No. They're gonna be left open indefinitely, so there's no time limit as to
Okay.
how long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got too many to. It's just the money to to unstake these things is bloody expensive. So I wish you can go
Gotcha.
past more than 50 units, but apparently you can't. So at the time.
Eventually, what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out a way how the staking contracts moving forward. It won't happen this season, but hopefully, like in the future seasons following this one, we're trying to make it so that it can actually stay consistent on either the same contract, or once the staking season is over, it will just pretty much send everyone's NFTs back into the corresponding wallet automatically at the end of the season. So
That'd
we're
be
trying to,
awesome.
yeah, man, we're trying to figure out how to do that. There's a little bit of difficulty with the way that gas works and all that, but we're trying to see if we could come up with a solution on that.
Cool. No.
But yeah, you don't have to worry, man. Your NFTs are safe. There's no time limit as to when you have to go in there and pull them out. So
Okay,
once we
awesome.
once we
That's
give
good
you
to know.
guys an official date, once we give you an official date, then you'll be able to kind of like plan out what you want to do, right?
Okay. Sick. Sounds good. I'll keep listening
For
on.
sure, bro.
Cheers, Lo. Thanks, man.
Cheers, bro. Cheers.
The way to verify it's top secret, just listen for the blinkers. That's it.
Yeah. This guy's been driving for a year. He's been driving for a year.
I'm just driving. That's all.
and he's always making a left or a right.
Right.
Never driving straight.
Never.
You guys can't pinpoint me. I know you guys are trying, but fuck.
He's always on the move, bro.
Always.
Always on the move.
Right.
Oh man, that's funny.
Guys, you got any questions? Anyone? Or you want to say something in general?
So somebody reached out to me. Yeah, go ahead.
I know.
No, you're
I
good.
know. Like with this market, and in terms of regulations, I know it's a kind of a hot topic at the moment. Where do you foresee regulations for the meme coins and all these other coins, apart from if it's not a utility coin?
Exactly, that's the key word right there. Yeah. So the key is to always like for us, I know we're good because we've already thought all that through, and we have a pretty strong legal team that actually made sure we follow all the steps necessary to consider us a utility token till the end of time, right? So everything that we're doing kind of is like strategical in a way to kind of make sure that we're always considered a utility token and not a what's the word I'm looking for here? Not like a stock, right, or whatever. I can't think of the word.
Security.
Yeah,
Security, yeah.
not a security. Yes, exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
So regulation is not necessarily a bad thing. People kind of like spin it off to make it seem like it's a bad thing. Obviously, it comes with a lot of extra paperwork that needs to be filed, and just a lot of like things that you got to be compliant with, which is cool in a way for the projects that do want to do that and they do want to become a security. We don't want to become a security. We want to stay a meme coin and a utility project. So everything that our tokens like kind of like you can stake an NFT to get your tokens. You can use these tokens eventually to be able to interact with the ecosystem in itself, with the EFTs that are coming out. So like everything has a correspondence together for a utility, which is going to be pretty much the thing that we're going to be kind of like pushing, right? That'll continue to keep us away from being labeled as a security. Even the reflections itself and even the tokenomics itself are considered a utility too. So I don't think we have anything to worry about on that end. We're kind of making sure that we stay rock solid on that. And obviously, if we were to have to become compliant and considered a security, then we're prepared to take every step necessary to make sure we do become compliant. But we've been thinking 2-3 steps ahead of the game, so
okay, cool.
I don't think we'll have any issues on that end.
And another hitting question, sorry Leo, but I'm just kind of always thinking outside the box. But also with these regulations, in terms of them clamping down, is that how pretty much the US government can pretty much turn anything off these days? Like, is there anything to do? Like, could they just turn off like MetaMask and anything like that, or should they just keep going? Like,
so look, that's a good question, man, and I don't have the exact answer, but what I can give you is like the answer that I think. So remember when the whole like Russian and Ukraine war started, right?
Yep.
MetaMask actually stopped people in Russia from being able to access their crypto wallet. Yeah, man, that was crazy to me. Like when that happened, I was, obviously war sucks and nobody wants to see it, but MetaMask being like probably like the biggest Web3 wallet out there, turning off, like you can't just do that. So I don't know, man.
Aren't they owned by a US company, MetaMask? Isn't it like one of the big banks or something that owns MetaMask?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it. It might be, man. But that's the thing is like, that's why having a ledger, having a cold wallet is going to be the best bet for anybody. Just keep your tokens in a cold wallet. That's the best thing that you could do. That way nobody can control your assets. They can't shut you down. They can't do anything. Obviously, if they shut down MetaMask, it's going to be a huge problem. I doubt they'll do that. And when they did turn it off in Russia, it was only for like a few hours and then they turned it back on. But just the fact that they did that was kind of trippy to me. I don't know why they did that or who kind of like allowed that to happen, but I'm sure that them as a company realized that it was a big no-no, and that kind of like showed their true colors as to like them not being fully decentralized. So just have a cold wallet
as well, you think?
Well, Uniswap Uniswap can turn off their service, but you could still access their contract because it's like live on the blockchain. So as long as the blockchain is still active, you may not be able to like go to uniswap.org, but one quick little Google search and you can access their figure out how to access it through the blockchain itself. And Uniswap just pretty much is the web based version of it is just like a a mirror, right? You could do all of what
Yeah.
happens there on Etherscan. So
Yeah, sorry, man. I was just because I've always been thinking about this, and I know regulations is a very hot topic at the moment with everyone. I'm just trying to, foresee the future of this space when this comes. So
no, dude. Believe it or not, for this space to succeed, the regulations need to happen. Without the regulations, we're going to see these people who are launching rug pulls left and right continue to do it. We're going to see a bunch of like all the negative stuff that's happening in crypto right now will pretty much be taken away or reduced by a lot when the regulations do happen. Like, I mean, obviously with regulation comes a little bit of centralization, but then again, it's like the space is still kind of centralized if you think about it, unless you're in Bitcoin or if you're in like a truly decentralized project. At the end of the day, it's like everyone who holds crypto, they have one main goal, and that main goal is to make money, right? So,
exactly, yeah.
yeah, that's it, man. So it's like, once regulation does come, that's when you have all these bankers, that's when you have all these VCs, that's when you have all these like big companies that are ready to invest into crypto, which they're not doing right now because there is no regulation behind it, so they don't want to risk their money into something that's not regulated. So the government knows that not decentralized, but digital money is the future. Like I was just in Japan, I just got back from Japan, bro. You could pay in like 90 different types of digital currency over there. It's insane. Like, yeah, I was there and I was like, yeah, this country is not going to use paper money in the next like year. It's irrelevant. So, I mean, I think it's nothing but good, bro.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm still here, man. So you guys are just bringing on development after development, which is good. So I like to see that.
Yeah, I think at one point you told me that you were interested in Ripple or you hold Ripple or something like that, right? XRP.
Still there, man. I'm a massive bag holder of that. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I also own a lot of Ripple too, and I was buying it before their legal stuff, and obviously I got wrecked when they got sued, but I DCA'd because I believe in them, right? I mean, they're when this stuff does get legalized, I mean, not legalized, regulated, the XRP, for anybody who doesn't know, XRP is kind of like another top leading token in the world. It's right there. It's right up there with Bitcoin and ETH and Litecoin and all those other big players. But all the banks like Ripple because it's going to be like the main thing that they use to kind of transact back and forth.
It's what would they call a bridge token.
Exactly.
It's a bridge token as a liquidity to basically. That's why everyone's going to CBDCs, right? Central bank digital currencies, and that's the only way to do that, to transfer tokens to other countries, and you need some sort of bridge currency, and XRP plays that role. So hopefully, man, it's March. We will find out in March.
Yeah, no, man, I'm confident in them. And there's a reason why they didn't fall off the map when they got sued, and there's a reason they came back. So,
it's a reason why they were the only cryptocurrency in the WEF, in the Davos meeting, with the WEF, the World Economic Forum. They were the only ones there talking about it.
Yeah, no, they got a good solid team. They got a good solid infrastructure, and I believe in XRP. It was one of the first tokens that I actually fell in love with, right? That more than ETH, more than Bitcoin, more than whatever, just because like the whole concept behind it was very intriguing to me. And then when they got sued and their price went to smithereens, I was really upset. I was really pissed, and I had a whole bunch of XRP that I couldn't even figure out what to do with because they wouldn't even let you trade it on the exchanges anymore. So yeah, exactly. So I was worried at one point, but yeah, man, yeah. That's the plan for everything. That's the plan for everything, man. Anything that you're looking at right now in 10 years it's gonna be worth more in my opinion, right? So it's like, there's no point of kind of like dwelling in the present. Obviously we have a long way to go with crypto, and we have a long way to go with all this blockchain tech, and obviously AI is going crazy now. Chat GPT became the fastest growing consumer app in history with 100 million users in like a month or something like that.
Mm. Yeah, that's what, like, with Leah, to be honest, that's why I'm actually still here with ShibaDoge, because I've come from the meme, the degen plays and everything, and like, as over time, I've actually kind of liquidated out of a lot of these meme stock coins and everything. Still with ShibaDoge, which is fantastic, but obviously moving to utilities. But this is, I still foresee, like, ShibaDoge in 10 years down the track for some reason.
Yeah,
It's a good feeling too. So
100%, man. And we see that too, and that's the reason why we're doing things the way that we are doing it. And I kind of said it a little while back. I said the only thing that's going to make us a meme coin in the future is the fact that we're a meme coin. Like, it's going to be a meme that we're a meme. That's
mm.
the if that makes any sense to you. Like, obviously we want to move in a direction where we actually build
But
stuff
we
and
want that, turn that meme into a utility in a way, because you guys are obviously coming up with magazines, or even like little cartoons or whatever, like that kind of takes it away as just being a meme sort of
yeah, you bring a media to
aspect.
it, and you bring yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
so
Yeah, no, man. I mean, the whole ecosystem, everything that we're bringing to the table, it's something that we have a 10-year vision for at least, and obviously, man, time flies, bro. I mean, we're already a year old, and it doesn't even feel like we blinked the eye. But
yeah.
we got a lot done in that year. We learned a lot. We're continuing to work with a bunch of experienced people in the space. So I think I think in the coming years, coming months, I think we're going to be seeing some breakthroughs, bro. I mean, we appreciate you sticking around too, because we know, yeah, I know how the whole that degen space that you're talking about. I know how toxic that place can be, man. And we very quickly as a project realized that we don't want to be classified in that space, even though that's
Yeah.
the space that we were born in. We very, very,
Yeah.
very quickly realized like that's not where we want to be.
Yeah. And as can I just make a suggestion? I mean, you know how you're looking for other protocols, even blockchains, to kind of,
Yeah.
for the easy. I know the XRPL, they're building on that, and there's a company who are creating a side chain that's actually an Ethereum side chain. So
Hmm.
you can actually use Ethereum smart contracts on the XRPL. Can you guys have a look at that? Because it's gonna be, instead of paying like whatever $10, whatever it is in gas fees, you'd be paying pretty much peanuts on the XRPL.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty
like,
cool.
and it's Ethereum as well. It's Ethereum based. It's just a side chain.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, we'll definitely look into it because right now we have our engineers. They're looking because we've been thinking about that too. Like how we can get past gas fees and how we can make it easier for people to not have to pay gas. So we've had our engineers like dabbling into Polygon and learning how we can have like an integration there where everyone can have all of their stuff that happens on the ETH side of things work also on the Polygon
Mm.
side of things where gas fees are pretty much non-existent. But yeah, man, if
Dude,
there are
it
different
hasn't got any
options, we'll
better with
definitely
this
look into it.
proof of stake with ETH, and like it's
It
still the
really
same.
hasn't.
Like I
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
eh, it's just
yeah.
getting ridiculous.
I know. And as ETH goes higher and higher, it's just gonna eventually cost more and more because that's just how it
Exactly.
works. So yeah, there has to be a better way around it. And I mean, we're already looking into it, man. But see, there are new things coming out, like the thing that you mentioned. But if you could shoot me a DM with that, just so I don't forget what it's
Yeah,
called, and
yeah, I will.
I'll have
Yeah, I will.
a look
Yeah,
into
we'll
it.
do. All right. Cheers, Leah.
Cheers, bro.
Yeah, sorry guys for taking all that time up.
No, you're good, man.
It's been a
So
while.
that's what we want.
Yeah, man.
That's what we want to hear.
Carry on, man. If you got more.
No, no, no. It's just I hope everyone kind of grows as well in like Leo said, everyone comes out of that degen space, and like for me, out of that, coming out of it, and then trying to dabble back into it, I could just tell you now, you just get wrecked. There's no
Exactly.
point. It's basically gambling. I'm just seriously being wrecked. So I don't want to be in that degen anymore. You gotta get out
Yeah,
of it,
man.
guys.
That's the thing, like that's how people learn about crypto though when they're first like experimenting into this like not crypto in general, but DEX. When they learn about
Yeah,
DEX, it's never because it's never because they want to get something educational out of it. It's because they want to dabble into that degen space. So
yeah.
it's cool to learn about like the whole like different market that isn't really highlighted in the
It's a good way to
mainstream.
learn to get wrecked, but hopefully you learn from it. That's the main
You
thing.
learn from getting wrecked. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. And I think everyone here, including myself, at one point or more, has been wrecked. Like I've been rug pulled a countless amount of times on buying, random shit on decks. So I'm sure everyone here has had at least one kind of experience like that. But that's the thing, man. It's like that's why we started ShibaDoge is because we wanted to be different from all this other crap that's been going on in the space. And man, like it's hard because you do get those fudders, you do get the people that try to hurt your project, you do get the people that kind of like spread misinformation to others, and it becomes a challenge, right? But the good always prevails, the truth always comes out. So it's like,
Mm.
you've been here with us from the very beginning. You've seen all the hardship and
From
all the
day
bullshit that
dot,
we have to
bro.
deal
From
with.
day
Yeah,
dot.
yeah, man.
From day one. I think from when you actually launched.
And I think we're the only project that's been continuously growing through the hardship, man, and through the bear market.
And
Like
that's
we
the
were
thing,
growing.
Leo. You guys are still there. You're showing others, and like even other projects that you're still around. And that's the thing with this cycle, guys. Like there is projects that are around, and then when it comes to the bull market, you see them pop back up. That's like you don't want a project like that. You want a project like obviously like ShibaDoge that maintains that sort of
Slow growth.
level development,
Yep.
and being there with your community. You just don't want to be here and there, and the only time that they pop up is coming up towards another cycle, like a bull market cycle. You don't want that.
Exactly, man.
So
We're relevant all year round, man. Not just when we
exactly.
have like a little news drop and then we're today's headline and then gone tomorrow. We're relevant all year round. That's why all year round we're gaining around the same amount of holders per day. We're gaining around the same amount of followers per day. So it's just the analytics tell you everything, man. We're a force to be
Mm,
reckoned with, and that's just from the hard work that comes from the community, hard work that comes from the stuff that we're trying to do to bring to the table here, and just a combination of our mission statement, with our project and what we stand for and what we want to accomplish in the space. So I mean, I'll take
no,
I'll take slow organic growth over a spike any day. I mean,
exactly, bro. For what I see, you guys are solid. So yeah, it's good.
yeah.
It's still here. I'm just in the background.
Nah, man, dude, you got to take a break every now and then. I tell people, you can't always 100% of the time be involved in Telegram and Discord and whatever, because it will burn you out. Like it's burned me out multiple times. There's been so many times where I'm like, yo, I got to take like 2-3 days of not looking at my phone, because if I look at my phone for another hour, like I might go crazy. But that just uh
Yeah,
that's just how it
you
is.
do.
You got to take breaks.
Yeah. All right. I'll let some others talk.
For sure, bro.
Thanks, Leo. Cheers, man.
Thank you, brother. The only person that doesn't get burnt out is Roof, man. How many times have I told you that too, Roof? How many times have I said, like, Roof, take a one day
Roof's a
break?
friggin' machine, bro. He's like the AI.
Roof's an
He's literally like
animal.
the AI of ShibaDoge, bro.
He might
Like,
be an AI, dude.
That's what they say. Some people say I'm
Mm-hmm.
a AI, man.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what to say.
Bring AI
You're
into
different.
ShibaDoge, Leo.
We're actually experimenting, man. I'm not gonna lie. We're trying to figure out how we can, cause like, dude, look, like AI is one of it's much more of a like relevant topic to people than crypto is today.
Mm-hmm.
In the
Mm,
sense that like it's not as intimidating as crypto, but people have the
Yeah.
same like type of interest as they did when they started hearing about blockchain. So we're trying to figure out how we can implement AI into our project and how we can bring AI aspect in, which it became like one of, not, I'm not going to say a top priority, but it became like one of the things that we want to see like happen this year, right? So if we could come up with a way that it'll actually benefit the project, then yeah, we're gonna implement an AI. But AI is getting crazier and crazier every day, man. Like
Dude,
GPT
holy shit.
4 is
Chat
coming out
GPT,
soon.
yeah.
Yeah, so GPT 3 is like as crazy and as powerful it is now, right? GPT
Yeah.
4, which is coming out at the end of this year or early next year, is
Was
going to
that
be
just an
100.
upgrade to that? Or
Yeah, so it's an upgrade to this, and it's going to be 100,000 times more powerful and smarter than the current version, which is like pretty crazy,
dude,
dude.
have you actually used that? Like, if you actually talk to Chat GPT, you can give it sums and calculations based on the market, and it will actually tell you to the T on how much that token is worth if you give it all these
Yeah,
sums and
yeah,
values.
yeah. If you
It
yeah,
actually does it for you.
if yeah, if you're as detailed as you are with the prompts, as detailed of an answer it'll give you. I've spent a ton of time. I'm sure a lot of you guys have, but I've spent a ton of hours like experimenting with not just Chat GPT, but all these other AIs that have been popping up. I love it, man. I think it's cool. Honestly, do I think the world needs it? No, but I mean it's there, so
It's taken over a lot of jobs. Like, I can tell you that.
that's the problem, man. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the problem, man. And
We
I
still
found
need people.
myself like at one point like instead of me like thinking of what to write like in a certain like paper I was writing or like a certain message I wanted to send, I figured it would be easier for me to go to Chat GP3 and just tell it what I want to write.
Just
And like
exactly.
I'm like as I'm in the process of doing it, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? Like, there's no for a 3-line message. Like, it makes you lazier, right? It makes you want to like.
Dude, did you know? Did you actually know? Like, a lot of people didn't realize about this AI Chat GPT. Like, a lot of schools and people were actually chatting to this and to create their own essays. And when it comes to for them to do that, that marking, and then it goes through a system to see if it's been what's that word where
Plagiarize?
plagiarized. Exactly, it doesn't. It can't.
Yeah, it can't.
Because
It can't.
the AI, it's new and everything, so it hasn't been plagiarized before, and a lot of people are passing just using this technology.
Yeah, I know.
It's
That's been a big
madness.
issue for schools and for even professionals out there. But
Mm.
what ChatGPT is releasing now, I think it might already be out. If not now, but probably this week or next week. I just read about it like a couple of days ago. They're releasing like a program where you could copy and paste like an essay or whatever, and it'll tell you if it's AI generated or if ChatGPT
Oh wow!
generated it. Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
man. So whoever took advantage of it and used it to pass
Exactly.
some tests,
Now they become doctors and whoever
yeah.
lawyers based on
Oh
ChatGPT.
man, yeah,
Uh,
that's funny, but it's powerful, man. It's powerful. Let's
no
see.
doubt.
We have a message in the chat. Let's see. It says, will there be a breeding guide to match rarity when breeding? Like when you advise us to breed our rarest Doge and rarest Shiba army together rather than breed your rarest at least. So I don't know if we'll have a breeding guide per se, but it's not like when you breed, you're gonna be blind in the outcome of it. Like when you're trying to breed, you'll get a preview of what's gonna be the outcome of your two pairs, right? So that way you can actually kind of like experiment and see what you want to go with and what you think is going to be more rare, or based on what the community thinks is more rare, you can make like a decision based off that, or just like based off what you think looks best. Personally, for me, like when I go for NFTs, I don't go for the rarest ones myself. I go for the ones that I visually like the most. Everyone's different. Some people go for rarity. Some people go for aesthetics. I'm an aesthetic type of person. Um, so yeah, I don't know if we'll have like a guide. We might, but I don't think it'll happen like
Is it going to
immediately.
be random, Leo, on the breeding, or is it going to like is that going to be based on the
It'll be
like
based on
being?
ranks.
It'll be
It'll be
based on
based
ranks.
on,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
there'll be a random factor in everything, but each rank will have like a different kind of like push as to like what it'll generate. And the two higher ranks that you breed, the higher chance you have of getting a more higher ranked ShibaDoge NFT. But
hmm
at the end of the day, it's not really gonna matter too much, because these
mm,
are kind of going to be like blank slates that come with EFTs, and they're going to be mainly like showcasing the EFTs that come with it. And those
yeah.
EFTs can, be swapped out, and um, obviously new EFTs are going to be released in the future. So it's like even if you get like a pretty common NFT, you could turn it into the rarest NFT out there with the EFTs anyway. So um,
Okay. And once they are bred, it does show that if you were to try to sell it down the track, it has like some sort of marking, or
yeah,
OpenSea
yeah.
finds out it actually knows. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. So it'll be in the metadata, so it'll be in the trait, so it'll tell you if it's bred or
okay,
unbred. And
okay,
we'll also have a website for it too, where you could like paste in the NFT ID, and it'll tell you if it's been bred or not.
okay. I wonder if it's gonna be more rare if you don't actually breed them.
I think eventually, I think it will be, because
Mm,
like think about it, like a year down the line, where people are like, oh my God, I want to get my hands on the unbred one, just to have
yeah,
it. I think there will be a market for that in the future.
let's see.
Just like how people go for like those Nintendo 64s that have never been opened before, or
Oh man, they're going
yeah,
for yeah, I know.
yeah, they're going for a lot.
Useless games, but it's just because it's yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's like a part of history, or just something that hasn't been
exactly.
touched. So, the virgins always usually have a higher price, a higher ticket.
Yeah.
But no, man, I think I'm excited. I'm excited for the future of all of this stuff, man. And honestly, it's nice to see the market picking up in a way too, because it gives us a confidence boost, like to you know because it's been killing us, man. Like as far as not just us, but like the entirety of investors around the world. It just there wasn't
Mm.
a glimmer of hope, right? It was just always like red day after red day after red day. So people were getting wrecked. It's like obviously we know it's not going to stay like that forever, and we know the bear market is temporary, but it's like at least give people a win here and there. It was just taken from people left and right, left and right. So finally it's good to see, like, people aren't getting wrecked for once.
All by design, I think, Leo. But it needs it anyway. Otherwise, you can't have
Yeah,
everyone
it does
being
need it.
rich
It
and
does need
spending
it.
money.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. It was funny because,
Cycles.
like, some of the news articles that I was reading, people are like, there's all these G wagons going up for sale, and all these Rolexes that people are trying to sell, because they were just buying shit left and right during the bull market, and then now they're broke, and they're trying to liquidate their Rolexes and G wagons. I read that, I was laughing.
Hey, what's up, Leo? This is Deadhead.
What's up, Deadhead? How are you, brother?
Not much, man. So I had a question. When the new ShibaDoge collection comes out, will there be like a store that comes out like simultaneously that has EFTs available to buy, or will it only be ones that have been put for sale that were equipped to NFTs?
So initially it'll be like the equipped NFTs that come with it, and also the collection that the free mint collection that we're going to be doing with the crates. Those ones will reveal into EFTs too. So initially, like the market will consist of the EFTs that come with your bread NFT, and then also the ones from the free mint. But then eventually there will be like a store for it where you guys can purchase different EFTs that we release or claim them. You know, we're gonna have like free ones too, where people can like claim, or there'll be a whole bunch of different ways to generate EFTs, and then there will be, you know, contests where we give them away, and where we're thinking about even doing like community creator contests where the community can create EFTs and you know, have ideas for what they want, and we'll choose some winners and bring those EFTs to life. So yeah, man, it's going to be like a ever growing thing. So I don't know if we're going to have like a drop every month or every week, or how often we're going to do it, but we're going to be seeing a whole bunch of customization options being brought to the table. You know, some of them you'll be able to buy, some of them you'll be able to claim, some of them you'll be able to compete for or do challenges for, or just like you know, interact with the community and get it. You know, so it's gonna be a whole bunch of options.
Okay, cool. And also, have y'all had any chance of collaborating with any? I know you were talking about how like with the Bored Ape, how you might eventually make some EFTs, you know, that
Yeah.
that are kind of similar to that, I guess. Are there any other projects that y'all have talked to about doing that or anything? Just out of curiosity.
As of right now, we haven't really been reaching out to many projects regarding that. But what we have been doing is we've been putting a deck together, and we've been putting together like kind of like a, not like a sales team, but kind of like a team that's going to actually be doing all these presentations to the different projects. Um, you know, moving forward and kind of showing them what we're all about. Before we do that and kind of like go ahead and reach out to people, we want to make sure we have the product like released and presentable, just so like we're not selling people on hopes and dreams, and kind of like just showing them what the finished product is. So I feel like that's like when people approach me and want to do a collaboration, and they sell me on it, and then at the end of the day they're like, oh, by the way, we haven't launched yet. It's just immediately off the bat, I'm like, all right, well, come back to me when you have a working product, and then we'll figure it out. So as of right now, no, we haven't been reaching out to people, but we've been putting together plans on how we want to approach that when the time comes.
Cool, man. Yeah, that sounds perfect. Looking forward to it. And thank y'all
Yeah,
for
man,
everything.
for sure. Of course, bro. How
Hey
have
Leo, this
Bored
is
Apes been doing?
leaving you.
Hey, how
Hey,
are you?
just good. Just a quick thing. I was looking or actually thinking about the video that Ruth had, us posting to a great video, just to comment about ShibaDoge, Doge NFT. I was just wondering, on the website, can we put something about like what the main utility of these NFTs are? So if others are going to that website, they could clearly see that. I just remember that the YouTuber was clicking around and trying to see what the utility was, and he wasn't quite sure
He
what it
wasn't
was,
quite
and it
able
looked
to.
like it.
Gotcha.
He wasn't quite able to, so it wasn't clear. And then I just went back on it myself and started reading about it. But of course, I'm in the AMAs. I hear you talking about it all the time. But somebody who isn't here, they're going to the website, such an interactive website. Can we put a blurb about that out there for each, the Shiba and the Doge?
Gotcha. I'll add that to my notes of things to talk about with the team when we have a meeting, and we'll make sure to kind of address that, because I'm glad you brought it up. That's not something that I was really thinking of on off the top of my head, but now that's something that I think it is pretty important. But I will tell you that we do have another part of a website that's going to be coming with the EFTs that will have better explanations as to you know, what the NFTs do and the utilities behind it. But yeah, for sure, we should definitely have a better explanation on the main website. So I'll definitely get that added to our to-do list.
Sure, thanks, Leo. And I have one more question. If somebody's on the fence, they have a whole bunch of NFTs, they're considering, do I breed, do I not breed? I mean, what is the main, can you guide somebody and saying, oh, you would want to breed your NFT or you don't want to? I mean, how would somebody break through that?
I would, yeah, I would definitely recommend you to breed your NFT because you're going to be just getting the most bang out of it, right? Like you want to be able to utilize your NFT for everything that it can be utilized to do. Now, like I said, there will be a market for unbred NFTs too in the future. Like people are going to want to have unbred NFTs so they can breed them themselves. So, that's just a decision that you're going to have to make, whether it's worth it for you to breed or not to breed. But I would recommend everyone to breed, and I would recommend everyone to, get the fullest experience out of their NFT.
Okay, thanks, Leo.
Yeah, of course.
Anyone else, guys?
Leo.
My
Yeah,
question.
Leo. Cousin KK. Cousin KK here.
Hey, Kev. What's up, cousin? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How y'all doing?
Good, good.
Yeah, just a quick question. I saw that Alex posted in the main chat about Gear Pack Season 2 and 3. Is it too early to get into that, or what does that mean? And the community was basically going to make recommendations, and you guys want to look at that?
Let me
I don't know
see.
if
When
you
did he
saw it.
post that? Did he post that today?
No, it was a little while ago, probably yesterday, 23:31, which is my time. So I can't do the math on that.
That might be for the EFTs, kind of like the gear pack, the free mint that's coming out. Let me look. Let me see.
Sorry, I can't see the day. I'm sure it was yesterday.
Okay, let's see. 23:31.
So it says 23:31. I don't know if that's my time. I'm in the UK. Not quite sure.
Are you talking about like the sneak peeks and stuff that he sent over?
No, he just said in Gear Pack Season 2 and 3, we'll be getting recommendations from the community. So that was.
Oh, okay. He's probably talking about like, okay, so after we release like a set of NFTs, right? Because we already have like a kind of like a lineup of what we're going to be releasing for the first couple sets of NFTs, EFTs that are coming out. The next drop of EFTs, we're gonna bring the community's opinions into it, and we're gonna let the community have a voice into what kind of EFTs they want to see. So that I believe that's what he's referring to when he says that. So you guys will be able to vote on what types of EFTs you want to see, and bring in your guys' creative recommendations into play as well. So I believe that's what he's going for when he's saying that.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. What you just mentioned a few minutes ago. Recommendations from the community. Okay, cool, man. Thank you.
For sure, bro. And I think, yeah, I mean, we're already in February. This is going to be the month of, pretty much happenings. So we're aiming for pretty much the free mint to happen February. We're aiming for breeding as well to happen February now. So I think with the market going green and everything like that, it's going to be better for our marketing too. So yeah, man, super excited.
Yeah, super excited. Have you guys nailed down a per wallet quantity free printing?
To be honest with you, since I was on vacation, I hadn't been attending our team meetings because it was like 3 a.m. for me during our team meeting time. So I don't know per se if they've talked about and finalized the per wallet thing while I was gone. I know during our last team meeting I didn't ask that and it wasn't brought up, so I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up tomorrow when we have another meeting with the guys. So I'll find out for you guys tomorrow what the max wallet is, and I'll share that with y'all.
Excellent, thank you, brother.
For sure, man. right, guys. Hey, if there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. But if anybody has anything that you want to talk about, go ahead and speak up now.
Did anybody catch the green comment?
No, damn, I missed it. That was today or it was yesterday, right?
I think you get a couple more days, but it may start getting faint.
I gotta drive out somewhere dark and try to look at that. I did want to see that. I always liked the astronomy side of things and looking at shit like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Never see it again. Human eyes will never see it again.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta go check it out.
I cheated. I got on the live stream and watched it with a guy.
Was it cool? Was it badass or it was just like kind of underwhelming?
It's badass. He could make his gear track it, and he showed, I got an hour and a half, and you could see it zipping through the sky in that little clip that he had. Excellent.
Yeah, there's a mountain I could drive up, like it's like a 20-minute drive away from me, and it has like pretty much a full view of the sky and the city and everything where I live. So it's pretty dark up there too. Hopefully I could get a good visual of it.
Oh damn. Got a question on YouTube. When will the game be released? Not sure which game, but
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if we've announced any game or anything like that. So it'll be released on Monday.
on
One of these
Monday.
Mondays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday.
I'm kidding, guys. There's no game coming out on Monday, but
yeah, there were some questions I've answered.
Leo, there's a question on the Elon Metallics got posted up on the main chat about the buy tax for burn. Is that 0.4 for taxes? Is that right?
let me see. Let me try to find the question here.
Says, what is the current burn buy tax? Am I reading 0.4 correctly? It's posted up at 401, bro.
Oh, okay, there we go. I see it. What is the current buy tax? It may not have changed back, so we might have left it at the 0.04. So I do know that the burn taxes are going to be updated as far as the tokenomics go. I don't know if they had already been updated immediately after the Burnathon, but they might be. So if Elon's looking at it and he sees 0.4, then yeah, that's what it is. But I do have to confirm that. I have to look at it myself. So I'll take a gander here in a bit, and I'll let you guys know. Let me check it out. I'm on my loud keyboard today, guys. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
Loud and clear.
I hate this keyboard.
Sounds like a tractor, man.
Dude, it wakes everybody up in my house. So if I use it at night, everybody's sleeping, it'll wake everyone up.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like I've got my software on, and when you're typing, it goes to red. It's like the sound meter goes to red, you know.
Yeah. All right, let me see.
I like my I like my laptop one. Laptop one is so nice. But even my one is quite loud. My keyboard. My
What
PC.
kind of laptop do you have?
Acer.
Acer, yeah. Yeah, dude, I have a MacBook, and these new MacBooks have literally the best keyboard that I've ever used. Because I obviously, I do a lot of typing. We're working on our computers all day, and I prefer the MacBook keyboard over any other key. Like I have a keyboard that I spent like $300 on, and it's not as good as that pre-built laptop.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the Acer one, you can't even hear it. It's like it's just you can type, you can't hear nothing. Just silent. You know.
Yeah, yeah, I need to get a silent one. I've been chirping away with this loud keyboard for the past like 8 months. Everyone always complains about it, and something about the fact that it annoys people makes me want to keep it, but then I also want
What
to
the
I also want
hell?
to change it too.
Oh man.
I'll be in meetings, right? I'll be on voice calls and I'll be typing away and I keep having to mute myself because I don't
Yeah.
want it to, yeah.
You don't want to
Oh
sound
yeah.
like you're angry, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, why is this guy angry typing?
That's it. Yeah, it sounds like it. Like I'm upset. Arr.
Elon, I'm looking into the burn taxes right now, and I gotta confirm everything, bro. I gotta confirm with the guys to see what they if they changed it already and what they changed it to, and I'll give you guys like an official announcement, which I was planning on giving an official announcement in the future AMA like on Monday or Thursday anyway. So I'll see if I could give you guys one by tomorrow instead. Probably just write it in the chat.
Yeah,
Hey Leo, you got that? Yeah, that link. That was all good.
Got it. Yeah, I got it, bro. I
Yeah,
got it.
have a look. Have a look, man.
Yeah, I for sure. Well, I haven't heard of this. I'm actually excited to do a little bit of research about it tonight.
It's
Um,
gonna be massive, I think, because you know how everyone codes in on the Ethereum network, and that's the problem with all these different blockchains. Everyone's got different sort of languages and
yeah,
smart contracts and everything. And now you can actually just create an Ethereum contract and stick it on there. So it's going to be big.
yeah, man. I mean, that's the reason why a lot of people love Ethereum is because of solidity and the way that, the countless customization that you can bring to it. So it's like, yeah, man,
Mm,
all these the side chains are gonna play a big role in the growth of Ethereum because at the end of the day, nobody wants to pay $50 for a transaction fee, And
well, I
if
think
we can
that's why they're
find
kind of doing it on XRPO because of the ledger technology
right,
and that's why they're kind of getting all these banks and everyone utilizing it because it's there for a reason, and that's why they're bringing this side chain in. I think it's a lot to do with a lot of corporations that are already on the Ethereum network, and they can just move over to this side chain.
yeah, easy integration, nothing changes
Hmm.
on your end of
Exactly,
things, just makes
exactly.
it easier for everyone. Yeah.
Well,
No, it's
they
the
were
move,
saying you
man.
can actually start using MetaMask on or even Uniswap or wherever, just on the XRPL very soon. So,
Yeah, that'll be a game changer for sure, for sure.
hmm
I'll have our engineers take a look into this. I know we're kind of like knees deep already into looking into Polygon too, but if this is better, it's like why not have both? So
exactly.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like we want to be able to be cross-chain with as many blockchains as possible moving forward too. We don't want to only be on Ethereum. We want to be able to have like access to all these other blockchains and all these other side chains too in the future. So I love that there's things like this coming out. It just makes it so that it becomes easier for people to like do their transactions and for us as devs to be able to introduce things that kind of like require transactions to happen, but we don't want to introduce them because it's like we don't want the communities having to pay gas fees every time they click something.
Exorbitant
So
gas fees, yeah.
yeah, exactly. So things like this
Yeah,
it's
if you're going
necessary.
down that path, man, have a look as well because they're also looking for to give people grants like developers to obviously to develop on the XRPL. So definitely have a look at it.
For sure, bro.
Ripple's they're spending a lot of money on like developers like yourselves and wanting to jump on there and utilizing. So yeah.
For sure, bro. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it myself, and I'll also have our engineers look into it and see what kind of opportunities there is. Yeah, no, I love it.
Cool.
Cool. All right, guys. I guess we'll wrap it up here. What I'm gonna be doing at the end of each AMA is I'm gonna be kind of like pasting in a quick little summary, like a TLDR, couple bullet points about some of the things that we talked about during the AMA, just so people who didn't attend can kind of like get an idea of what was talked about. Obviously, they won't really have much context unless they go and listen to it on YouTube anyway, but I still want to do that anyway, regardless, because some people don't have the time to listen to the whole thing or attend. So yeah, I mean, we'll go ahead and do that. I want to thank everyone, and I really appreciate everyone coming in and joining us today. We're gonna have a pretty action-packed week next week, so make sure you guys are around. Make sure you guys are checking into the pinned messages at the very least, because we may have some announcements that you guys want to be aware of. But I'll leave it here, and we'll kind of rendezvous next week as far as some updates and some announcements go. So as always, if you miss Doge, that sucks. If you miss Shiba, that also sucks. If you miss ShibaDoge, I still love you, but you suck. All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Leo. Thanks, bro.
No problem. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
man.
thanks, thanks. I'll
Love,
talk to y'all. Peace.
love, peace.